People listening are probably waiting for me to get to this part, and we've got to talk about it. We had a recent celebrity in town to review the truck. The guy who has crazy hair and a nice red Camaro, Mr. Guy Fieri. Tell me some stories. How was that experience?
That was.
I was there. Thankful for inviting me there. We had a great time to hang out.
That was stressful because
he was very professional, wasn't he? You had us out to do our There was 2 days, wasn't it?
It was actually 3 days, but you weren't there for one of them. But you were there for the two. Yeah, to do a production where this will be on May 29th is when they'll have our 8-minute gig. Took 3 days and. Yeah. The way they film it is crazy, but when they first called up, it's funny. I've had a number of phone calls where people say they're with the Food Network and they're this and that, and then they want you to pay something.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough time. I got to go make money. I don't need to get money. And so they called up and left a message twice, and I never returned it. And they called up again, and I had my number forwarded to my wife's number to work that day. Mm-hmm. And she's like, hey, would you call up the food, call them back? I'm like, it's probably just some clown. So I call this lady back, and she's like, hey, we're doing this special on Oklahoma City and food, and we'd like to talk to you about it. I'm like, all right, what do you want to know? And I'm
just playing along, thinking that it's another spam call.
We do this interview, and I tell her our spiel, what we've been doing, how we've been doing, and how many, pizzas we roll through a week and meatballs, and okay. So then she calls back a few days later and she's like, hey, can we do another interview? And can we do some pictures? I'm like, oh, ma'am, I seriously do not have time.
Yeah.
I'm serious about this. I got to make money. That's my thing. I just got to go. And I'm in go mode all the time. I got to go serve.
Right.
And she's like, you need to do this. And my wife, she helps me out and we do this stuff. And I hate doing that stuff and take pictures and pictures never look good.
The reason that you got out of the corporate
I'm
stuff.
I don't like when people tell me what to do. I want to be the one telling everyone what to do.
Yeah.
So she gets a hold back. We finally do another interview. So my mom's like, who's it with? I'm like, I have no idea. What show? I don't know. I don't care. So then the third one comes around and she's like, this is the last interview until the very end. I'm like, okay. And this is funny. They needed a picture of me.
Yeah.
She's like, can you send over a picture? Because I got to present it to the people. I'm like, okay, well, I just sent the picture I saw.
Yeah.
And I had mocked up a picture of Will Ferrell's body during the 4th of July. And it's him with a, Speedo on that's a United States thing. Yeah. And it's my face.
We do a face on it.
And a bare chested. I just send her that. I'm like, what?
I don't care.
Yeah. I really don't. Because I think that this is for something completely different. And she sends back, she's like, oh my God, I am ready to present to the Food Network. I need a picture of
a headshot.
You. She's like, I'm not joking around anymore. This is for a big time show. I'm like, yeah, well, hold on. Let me get someone to snap a picture of me real quick.
Yeah.
Like, you want the fire in the background? She's like, I don't care. Yeah. I want clothes on you. And I want an up close picture because I've recorded our whole conversations.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, take a picture, gets it. And I go, well, who's this for? And she's like, I'll call you tonight. So she calls back. I'm like, how'd it go? And she's like, good. There's one more round. I'm like,
how many more rounds are we going to go?
I don't need more rounds. I need to go out and work. And I'm like, what is this for? And she's like, I can't tell you, but it's for the top show on Food Network. Well, I realized that her emails came from a production company.
Yeah.
Now, and I never paid attention. So I'm like, all right, I'll Google this production company. Then I look in there and I'm like, oh, it's for Guy Fieri and it's all for the Food Network. It's his show. There you go. It's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, I bet.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I can't tell you, but you've made the cut and hold on. Tomorrow we'll find out.
Sure.
She calls back. She's like, hey, you made it. You're going to be on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I'm like, cool. I go, when do you guys want to do this? And she's like, it's going to be at any given time. We'll tell you 3 days beforehand. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, just a few days. And here we are going into December.
Yeah.
And it's cold. I don't know if we're going to have.
So cold that day.
Yeah. And all of a sudden she's like, it's this week, the week of the 10th of December, I remember. And I'm like, crap. So she's like, can you stage a pizza thing? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, and I got to give out all the pizzas? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm a really small business. But she goes, in return, this would be great. And I'm like, okay. But I had to cancel a corporate event, 2 corporate events to do this. And you couldn't tell the events what you were doing. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, believe me, there's a reason why. So we do that. But it was cool because that first day when you were there, we did about 8 hours of making pizzas. And anytime you guys see a shot up close, it's not with Guy Fieri there. It's of another day because we all have to wear the same things, have the same placements of everything in the exact same location.
Yeah.
And so you do that over and over and over. And you were there that day. We yelled out.
Production roll, they're all there.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
So then, and it was cold that day. And I was just like, oh God. And they go, well, Friday we're going to film you with Guy. And I'm like, oh, it's not going to be that much warmer, but a little bit.
Yeah. Turned out it was really nice.
Yeah, it turned out being a little bit better, but I was all nervous about it. And, it's interesting. You don't meet Guy beforehand. He just comes on, and it makes sense. You don't want to know anything about him.
Right.
You don't want to know to where it's like you and I talking going, oh yeah, remember I already told you this. So we're standing in front of the truck, my mom and I, and he's walking around the truck, and next thing you know, he just comes up and we're talking.
He was very professional that day. I was really surprised how okay guys, we're ready, go. And he was into it.
And he wants in and out because with him, that we were his fifth restaurant of the day to do things. You know, I mentioned his meter was out too, like all the rest of us, but he was the nicest guy to talk to when you were on there. It was professional, but he realized I didn't know how to cook, and I don't. Yeah. I don't. And I know how to make pizzas. I know how to do my thing, but I'm not a chef.
Right.
And so he took the time and took like a half hour to teach me things that, I don't know, maybe it'll be on the show or not. But I'm not afraid to say I didn't know how to do it, but he actually taught me how to cook some things.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, because we know how to cook with our family. I didn't know you don't put the garlic in before the onion, or you put the garlic in after the onions.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know. It's what my mom does it. Grandma does it. And he's like, no, it doesn't cook right. It cooks too quick. Thank you. I didn't know. And he was great. And then he was great. Now looking back, when I'm able to really think about what was going on, he was like, hey, here's how you need to run your business. Here's how you need to have your prices.
Yeah.
Here's where you're going to make it happen. He wanted to know about rent on the new building, rent on the truck location, rent on a commissary if you're doing it. He was all about the bottom dollar. And his whole thing, and like people may go, oh, he's a weird dude. He's crazy. I don't like him. I don't care what anyone thinks. All I know is he's there to help small businesses. Yeah. His whole thing is to help small businesses. Yes, he made a career and he gets money out of it. But the popularity of these small businesses that were able to be put on the map is irreplaceable. That's amazing. Yeah, and that's what he's there for. And then when COVID hit, here he is, any restaurant workers, he's raising money. I think he raised $500 million for these people alone. Yeah. And so it tells you his heart is in the right place. And he meant it when we were able to talk off camera that he was very impressed with our truck. Yeah. So he has his own truck that he takes out to go feed everyone when there's hurricanes, tornadoes. Sure. So he's telling me about it. I'm like, that's great. It's not someone in his company. It's him cooking, him doing it. And
out with
like,
the people.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, it all happened in a blur. It was crazy. But now looking back, he really had some helpful things, really gave great information. Yeah. But when he came on, it's like, all right, chef, tell me what we got going on. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't even know. I don't know. Well, yeah, what do you want to do today? What do you got going on? Yeah. And it was so professional. It was intimidating. Yeah, I'm sure. It was really intimidating to really come across with your personality, because the other part was we love to say sauce and balls. Yeah. Our meatballs aren't meatballs. They're just balls. Yeah. Well, on the Food Network, you can't say the word balls. So I had to come. You can't be yourself. Can you? I couldn't. So you got to say meatballs. I'm like, God, it's hard to say this. This isn't me. Yeah. And I kind of get a little, I don't know. I mean, I make jokes. Right. Yeah. Everyone that knows you, everyone that comes to the truck, that comes to the serve window or to buy pizza, like everyone knows they're going to get probably a dad joke coming out. Oh, yeah, or, I'll razz you and I'll do something. Yeah, exactly. But that's what it is. And you couldn't really do it with him. It's kind of, and then he would cut a joke and it's like, yeah, well, I can get a raunchier joke. I can get a great joke. Right. But I was told I couldn't by your people here. It was weird. Yeah. So with him doing it, it was a great experience. And then what made all this even better is because the people that go on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, when you did Ishins, you talked to them, someone nominated them. Yeah. They'll take one restaurant when they come in that's not nominated, that's just on reviews,
Okay.
and about their social media and what they've read about them.
I didn't know that.
Neither did we.
Yeah.
And we were that truck, and it was more of an honor to be that.
They have selected you, not somebody else has put you forward.
They selected us.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And once we found out about it, because
Yeah.
through iTunes, when the person who recommended them, they bring them on that
bring 'em
last
out.
part and talk to them.
Yeah.
That wasn't our case.
Yeah.
Ours was strictly based on reviews, social media,
That's
and
awesome.
this lady goes, I've read everything about you in every newscast you've ever been on. I've watched that video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? She really did her homework, and it was great. So,
That's so cool.
yeah, that part was really neat. So being on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, not a lot of people can say it at all. I think we're one of 9 people now in the state. The only food truck that's had that. We're one of only 42 food trucks in the world that have been on it.
Wow.
My
Which
wife,
logistically filming was a nightmare on the truck.
it was, but he said the largest truck he's ever been on.
Yeah.
The most roomy truck he's ever been on, and the most impressive truck he's ever seen.
That's awesome.
And so he's like, this is nothing like
Yeah.
I've ever seen with the TVs, knowing that Kicker was involved, and Kicker did all of our audio and
Yeah.
TVs for free. It's back to that part.
Yeah.
Asking people, and I told him my story. I'm like, we asked a lot of people to donate to this. And he was impressed because our prep tables were donated from my buddy's Mexican restaurant when they were used.
Yeah.
And a lot of things were donated in a business where you don't get that in a lot.
Yeah.
Mom and pops, they're taking a chance, and it's a scary chance to go on. If it's a food truck or a restaurant, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so I think, when he was able to hear that and see how much was given, he told me when we were off mic
Yeah.
that it was impressive. He goes, I wish more people would reach out. You were very creative on how you decided to do this.
Yeah.
And that was an honor to hear, because I thought so as well.
I mean, he is,
didn't know.
to hear that from him and to be on the show, like I said, it's huge.
Oh yeah, and then everyone that's always been on is a chef and has this culinary experience, and
Yeah.
here I am, I'm a dipstick.
Yeah, like I didn't want to listen to people tell me what to do anymore, sell medical supplies,
Yeah,
so I
and-
just decided to cook pizza, and now
And it
here
was
we are.
this, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
So we're excited to see how it comes out. We're excited the business hopefully it brings, and just for other people to realize that you can do anything you want. I know it's cliche.
Yeah, but
Everyone, I wanted to own a restaurant, but not be in a restaurant as a 20-year-old, 30-year thing. I want a bar. This will be great.
right, yeah,
But I was able to teach myself how to do this, and I was able to break away from corporate, and I do something every day where I don't think I'm working.
right,
And I always thought people were full of it. I thought that was a lie. I thought that was to keep us in corporate longer, but really I'm doing a job. I don't think I'm working.
Right.
And not a lot of people could say that in life. And everyone feels like they're working for the man. It sucks. And it does a lot of times, because you want to showcase you. And if anyone ever has that wild hair, they need to, because being your own boss is hard, but it's very fulfilling. And if you're ever stuck out there and it's like, I don't like what I'm working, change. Life is short.
right, exactly. You got one go.
Yeah, and
So
things
far as we
happen
know.
in life that bring people down, and you want to be able to conquer it.
Yeah,